and she loves Dserv, and I've been watching her like she's been watching Dserv, and I admire her. And you're going to learn a lot of things, but she also has her own business. Okay, we love that. Uh, Miss Cecilia A. Coleman, welcome to Talk Hair to Me. How you doing?
Just fine. Thank you for having me today.
I'm so excited. And Tabby Hall says, hello, ladies. And Tabby is a great supporter, as well as she's been on Dserv. And so we thank you, Tabia, for joining us. And you all, this show today is going to be epic, and it is going to be so wonderful. So tell us where you're from, and just a little bit like where you from, and just tell us some about you. Like, are you married? And oh honey, and just and then also, you guys, we have a surprise, because we're gonna have a surprise guest. Okay, so tell us a little bit.
My name is Cecilia Coleman. I'm from Wynne, Arkansas. I am married, and my husband he's a character. We're truly opposites. And I have two grown children and a daughter-in-law. And I do have a heavenly grandbaby. And I work for public health as a health inspector. And I also am a Mary Kay consultant.
Oh, you're a Mary Kay consultant. Now, we love to represent brands, okay? So, you guys, I will be strolling and it is always somebody, Miss Coleman, that's looking for Mary Kay. So, with your husband, is he anywhere around, or is he able to say hello?
Yes,
Where is
yes. Mr. Coleman,
Yes, ma'am.
could you come here a second?
Yeah.
And y'all, he is a comedian. He is so funny. So I want him to say hello or something, because sometimes our spouses are a little bit shy. But Mr. Coleman is
I
not
can't,
shy. So,
I can't get in the camera. Ah,
well, push on out the way. So,
I still can't get. Okay,
how you doing? I
I'm
mean,
okay.
you have hundreds of people looking at you, so you might as well speak to them.
Well, first I want to say good morning. I work over in Memphis as a crane operator, and I'm a character, and I love my wife. But look,
And,
y'all. But
uh,
listen,
mhm.
I have my bacon on, and I'm trying to cook me an omelet. So y'all better have some.
Okay.
Okay, look, I ain't trying to run on y'all, but I still love you, too, baby.
I love it. I love it. I love those spouses when they can still laugh together. Terrell Patterson, who's our distributor for Ebony X Beauty Supply in Arkansas, says, hello, ladies.
Hi, Terrell.
Oh, yes. And the owner of Kiki's Beauty Supply, which Dserv has just landed. So all of your products will be available for tomorrow, you guys, if you're in the Pennsylvania area in Bethlehem. Miss Kenya Mathis says, hello, everyone. And also, we have Miss Tavia, who says that I am too. Are you talking about Mary Kay, Tavia? I think she is, because I was a little long winded getting back to Tavia. So I think she is also, and I do know that Tavia also sells Mary Kay. And then we also,
Awesome.
yes, so
Awesome.
yeah, so y'all have some sisterhood. And we
Yes.
have Mrs. Adams that says, hello, ladies. And I just want to tell everyone watching, yeah.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
And we want to dive into our show. How did you hear about Dserv?
I actually heard about Dserv probably around 2016. I kind of ran across it when I was kind of looking for a professional, and you know how you just kind of do some Google search, and it stood out to me, but I didn't know how to access it. And I kind of just went on. And then back in probably around June or July of 2020, I actually went to a salon. I Google searched again, and I contacted your sister, which I did not know that was your sister till a couple months ago. And I actually went to her and she gave me the elixir oil. I purchased it from her and she said, I need you to try this oil because you really need it. She said it's going to help with giving you some moisture. And she said, you'll eventually need the shampoo and the conditioner, but I want you to try the oil. So I was like, okay. And so when I left the salon that day and I got in the car, my friend was with me and she said, where did you get this oil? I said, I just purchased it. And she said, can I try some of it? I said, sure. Not realizing what I had in my hand. I gave her a sample of it and she used it on her hair and her daughter's hair. And she was like, Cecilia, have you used your oil yet? I said, no. She said, girl, you got to use your oil. And I said, okay. So once I started using the oil, I was loving the way it was making my scalp feel, especially my sensitive areas, because I do have a couple sensitive areas that were damaged a long time ago. But I am just loving my products. So when I actually ran across your feed, again, just strolling through Facebook, I was like, oh, I got to listen. And so I just been listening ever since, and then just getting products and using them. And I can tell a difference in my hair. And I'm someone that's in between chemical service and natural, because I haven't had a relaxer in my hair since July. And so, fighting two different textures of hair can be very hard. And then wearing those protective styles, they're drying your hair out, just putting more damage to it and all of those things. This has really helped me. It has softened my hair up. I can feel that my hair is getting stronger. My sensitive spot is actually growing now. And just fighting the two textures hasn't been such a battle like it had been. So I'm just really loving my products. And I really do thank you for thinking of us people out here that don't know what to do with our hair. So I really appreciate you.
I appreciate you. Are you currently in the salon now, or you're just using D'serv products yourself?
I'm just using Dserv products. I have not been in a salon since about August. I have reached out to someone. I reached out to Miss Terrell last week, and we got some appointments set up. But it has taken me a while to figure out where to go and what to do, because when you've been burned in the past and you're trying to make sure you choose the right person, it's just like me shopping for a doctor. If I'm gonna go to this person, I need to do my homework. I need to do my research, because I don't want to go to somebody that's not going to take care of my needs or understand what I need done. So therefore, you need to do the same thing when you're looking for a professional. They are doctors too. They may not carry the title doctor, but they still have to understand what a scalp is made up, the different layers, what your follicles are about, what your hair texture is, the prosperity of your hair, all of that kind of stuff. So you do your homework. And so I found that Miss Terrell seems to be someone that would listen to me and know what I need. That means a lot, because a lot of times there's professionals out here, they do not listen. They do how they want to do. They could care less if you are a customer or not. And you're spending good money and you want quality service. So, you do your homework and research.
Have you give us just a little bit of maybe a bad experience in the salon that you've had in the past?
The worst experience that sticks out to me, which you think about this happened to me almost 29 years ago. It has been something that has stuck with me from that point to this one. I was in the military, and I come home off active duty, needing to find a professional, because the professional I was used to using before I left for active duty had went out of business. And I went to this person that I was referred to. And when I went to that person, I kept telling her my scalp didn't feel right. Something was irritating me. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. And at that time, that's when everybody wore the little cornrows and, pinned up do's. I got home. My scalp was irritated. It just didn't feel right. I took it down. When I took it down, I had raw open spots in my scalp. I had to go to the doctor. The doctor, he was upset. He put me on a regimen where I had to wash my hair daily with a salve and use some creams and stuff. And even to this day, when my pH balance is off in my scalp, those same little spots is my troubled areas. And so yeah, I've had some bad experience. And then the only other thing that sticks out to me is going to professionals that either they don't have time for you, they're booked up 5 or 6 months out, or making you feel like you're not as important as the next customer, or you get attached to going to someone. And people got personal lives, I understand that, but they do something different. It sends you scrambling, and you're in a state of panic because you don't know where to turn or what to do. So, as a customer, sometimes I don't think professionals think about the customer is their patient. And you got to take care of that patient. If you can't take care of that patient, you refer them on to someone that can. Don't just leave them high and dry.
Mhm. Well, Terrell says, yes, ma'am, I can't wait for you to join the Ebony Expressions family. And so hopefully we can turn, or I'm sorry, Terrell can turn that whole thing around. And we have Mr. Perry Brown, my husband, aka Poppy, that says, hello, everyone. And Tavia says she loved these products. And then
Me too.
yeah, Mabel says Terrell Patterson is doing big things this way with the Dserv products and can't wait to get my bundle. But let's talk about that picture. Before the show, you guys, I was sharing with Cecilia about an experience that I had in the salon, and I had two sisters that came in, and they were like, "We're from North Memphis," and they came. If you know anything about Memphis, Carterville is more of I would say, a upscale area, and they were just complaining about how the arguments in the salon and how unprofessional people were. And I had a client, she came in, she said, I don't know if I'm going to leave my stylist. Right now, you're at a two. I rate you as a two. And then I went from a two to an eight to an 11 because she was going from eight to 10. She got massaged, she got the steam treatment. At the shampoo bowl, she said, I always dreaded that because sometimes the shampoo bowls were broken, and sometimes people would argue over your head saying, I was gonna you had the bowl too long and that was my bowl, or dryer saying, that's my dryer. Why did you take my dryer? And what I want to say to you, Cecilia, is that why do you think that people stay so long when they're being abused at the salon?
Just being comfortable with where they're at. It's just like an abusive relationship. What I know and what I expect, I'm just gonna deal with that because I don't expect it to be any different anywhere else. But then when you pull a person out of an abusive situation and show them that it can be different, then they're like, okay, this is an eye opener for me. This is a wake up call. I don't have to give my money to somebody to abuse me. I can abuse myself at home and take care of my own hair the best way I can, because I'm less likely to uh, inflict that kind of pain and emotional distress. But then when I go to someone that I see is really concerned about how I am and what I should be getting, then I have something to compare that to, and I'm willing to pay for that service. Versus, I would not give you my money if I know you're going to abuse me. So, sometimes it's just the comfortability of being with something that they're used to and expecting not to get anything better until you're shown that there's actually something better out there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, what the thing to even in Kenya Mathis says comfort, and
Mm-hmm.
so I guess that's another situation where people are so comfortable being in the environment. Do you think also they get to a point where they they're insecure, or they just think this is the best that it'll get, or do you think they're comfortable with the price and they put up with the punishment?
Well, it could be many reasons. Just like when you're searching for a care provider, you may not feel comfortable letting them know all of what's happened to you in your life, far as physically. Same thing with your hair, the type of abuse that you've dealt with your hair, or any of the emotional attachments that you're dealing with your hair. You may be not as comfortable exposing that to someone else, someone new, because you may think they're going to judge you. So therefore, if I stay here, they already know my hair. They already know that this is an issue for me, but I know they're not doing anything for this issue, but I'm comfortable here. And the price is okay. And, it's just comfortability, and not being exposed.
Mhm.
But sometimes we have to think beyond not being exposed, and be exposed to get the help we need.
Mhm.
And so therefore, that's why, we should, the Bible teaches us in all our getting, we should get wisdom and knowledge. So therefore, why not do the same thing for yourself and for the care of yourself? Sometimes we neglect our self-care. I'm world worst at it. And so therefore, you have to re-examine what it is that you want out of life, how you want to live, how you want to be treated, and demand those things. If you can't get them, leave. And so that's something that some people don't take the time to examine and realize that I need to do something different. And so they keep spinning their wheels, just like a hamster on a wheel. So we just have to step off that wheel. And if it means we have to be exposed to get that service, well, let it be. But that's a hard step for a lot of people to realize.
And yeah, because we get confined in our areas. Like
Hmm.
that particular client said, well, I don't think, like, I don't like to drive the expressway and I don't want to go here or there. Now, when she left the salon, before she even could make another appointment, she was trying to figure it out. And because, I mean, I was massaging. I was massaging her neck and her forehead. She was getting the steam. She was getting so much stuff. And she was like, okay, how to work this out. So, and she was like, so how do you go back to that? And even she got a color. And then they said, she doesn't, her sister said, they don't even give her cotton or towel when she has a color.
Oh,
And her color is just running
that's
down
running.
the side of her face.
Mhm.
So Mr. Perry C. Brown, Poppy says, change is always good for a new beginning. And that's
Mhm.
so true, but you have to be open to it. We're going to come back to that. And Miss Matthews says, fear of trying something new. That is so true. Someone new. Now, let's talk about someone new and that fear. And a lot of times when they're coming to someone new, some of them are just open and because they do a lot of research, and some of them are like, they've been abused.
Mhm.
So have in your how did like you're getting ready to go to Terrell? How are you feeling going to her? Are you going to her open? Or are you going to her with doubt or fear?
I am going to her open because I know that she's an educator. I know that she's a listener. I know that she believes in continuing to build on her education and her knowledge. And she's not someone that's just going to stick with one particular way to do things. And so I feel like I can talk to her. I feel like we can conversate and communicate about what my hair goals are and where I should be going. I have been one of those that normally I'm on the shyer side. So sometimes I'm not as open to speak up, and I figure, okay, you're the professional, I don't say nothing. If you advise it, I go with it. But I've just gotten to a point in my life where I figured out, okay, Cecilia, you're spending money. It's your money. You worked hard for it and you expect a certain type of service. Don't just sit there and let them do whatever, because they don't know what you need. If you go to the doctor and you tell the doctor, I'm here because I got a cough, and you don't answer no questions, he may give you something that's totally unrelated to what you need. But if you tell him this cough is this and I got this going on and this going on, then it makes them have to utilize their skills to hone in and treat you as an individual. And so I just feel like Terrell will be someone to treat me as an individual. And so I'm just beyond that point where no more being quiet, no more just accepting, because it's just not right. Because some people just not does not have your best in mind. You know, some people are out here just for money. Some people are out here just for the fame. And then there's some people out here that's genuine. They're genuine about their what they like to do. It is their passion, and that's what they're for. And that's who I want. And I know that Terrell is that way. I've heard a lot of good things about her. I've actually worked with a couple of employees that's my mentors that really, really talk about how she caters to them and communicates with them. And so therefore I really appreciate someone like that. I don't want somebody that's not going to listen to me or want to talk to me and have the true conversation. If this is something that does not need to be done, then we need to come around with something else that I agree with, you agree with, and that's going to come to an ultimate outcome. So, I just you just get to a point where you're just tired and you just want someone to listen.
I love that because, and I want to say to even people out there, Terrell also says you're your own Ava, and also Miss Matthew says it's time to make our hair ourselves a priority
Priority. Yes. Yes.
because we do not do that. We um I love my mama Margaret, but sometimes she puts more energy into her dog Samson than into herself. Um, and also Terrell says advocate, but I really feel like that even myself, sometimes I work so hard until there's nothing left.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I
Yes.
said, I need to make sure I'm getting massages. I need to make sure I'm keeping the nails up, the hair up, the everything up. And not only that, there's just that woosah moment that you can just have a downtime because life, like running on your career job, Mary Kay as your business, and also your wife, and a
Mhm.
mom and a grandmom, and you have so much going on until Calgon take me away. It's like everybody's pulling at you, but yet and still these people are leaving like flies on our earth. So
Mhm.
we have to give back to ourselves. And I had a client yesterday, and I pulled her hair up to lay her back at the bowl, and all of her nape area was just so thin. And she used to be one of those ones that would come every week or every 2 weeks and was really into her hair. And now she just goes and lets someone braid it down. But even the braider is making comments and saying, I can tell when you're going to Angela getting your treatments, and I can tell when you're not doing something. And
Mhm.
and yesterday she just, when I say here's a little towel, she just threw the towel in and said, I'm ready to come back. Ready to come back. And even if you're, and I'm gonna tell anybody out there, you might not be tapping in this chat, but you hear me. Uh,
Mhm.
you still need to check in at a hair salon that you can trust and that cares. My clients that came yesterday, they were like, you tell them your hair is breaking, you tell them your hair is shedding, and they agree.
Mhm.
They do nothing. It was like lock the door. I agree with you, it's coming out, but what do we do about it? So I would say to salon professionals out there to educate yourself, because the client is a human being and doesn't want to go anywhere, but you force them out the door when you decide that you're not going to hear them. You're not going to, if you're not going to get a mentor in this business and just find the ones that are that has done the homework, and you can get the cheat sheet. It's just the fact you've got to call them to say, what do you do and how do you solve it? And also, let's talk about customer service. Have you had the best customer service? I get people who get snacks in my salon and they say how much I owe you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know nobody that's going to ever get rich off snacks. You know, have you ever known anybody in the salon maybe become a millionaire off snacks? So why do you charge for snacks? Why? I want to know why. Because you never gonna get rich. You know, so you know, if your clients are thirsty, give them something to drink. Give them a bottle of water. But now, honey, you're not gonna get rich collecting $1 from them. You know. So, what do you consider good customer service?
I consider good customer service is you, soon as I'm there, I understand that you may have another client before me, but you acknowledge that I'm there and tell me, it's going to be such and such time. And I know that you're here. If you'll have a seat, make yourself comfortable. I'll be with you shortly. Don't just let me walk through the door and I'm just sitting there and don't know what your next step is, or if you even know that I'm here, or any of that. And then, once I build a relationship with you, seem like you should be able to greet me by name, or, and then you already know what services I need. Then when I sit in your chair, you say, well, what you getting today? Or what you got? You don't ask me if everything's okay. Anything been going on with your hair? Has there been any changes? I can see that there's this and this from the last time. That lets me know that even when I was here the last time, you didn't pay my hair any attention. You don't know what's going on. You just know that I made an appointment, I'm here, and you're going to do my hair. That's it. But customer service go way beyond that. It's developing a relationship with people. Even in, before I changed doing inspections and I was a clinic supervisor, even to this day, when I'm out shopping, I see moms and children and I recognize them. I acknowledge them and I'll ask about how they're doing. And I pretty much can hit on the nail how old the child should be by now. And I may not have seen that child in 3, 4, 5 years. And I ask how they're doing. But it's because I've built that relationship and I respect those relationships. Because in turn, you're providing customer service to me, but you don't know who else that I may know that you may be receiving customer service from them. And if you're giving me good customer service, word of mouth travels. So therefore, if someone said, well, hey, I got so-and-so coming in for this or that. Do you know them? Oh, yes, I love them. They provide me good customer service, and you know how word of mouth spreads. So therefore, customer service goes beyond than I'm just spending my money with you. It's a relationship. It's a give and take relationship. It's a 50-50 partnership. So in anything that you do.
I agree with that to the fullest. And I'm going to speak also if we're talking healthy hair, and I want to say this to the client. I have a particular customer, and we don't say names, right? So sometimes I have to go. And now I'm playing gospel music. Now, when you're in a salon I don't care, I'm not going to say upscale or whatever, but if you're in a salon, I want to say to the client, we don't need to hear your phone conversation.
Amen.
We don't need to hear your cursing. We don't need to hear how whatever happened on the job.
Amen.
Customers come to just be taken away, and they come to enjoy a different type of less stressful atmosphere. So when you are on the phone and you want everybody to hear how that such and such pissed you off, honey, save that for a different atmosphere, like your home.
Mm-hmm.
Yell it out in the walls of your home. But when you come into a salon, I'm just saying the courtesy is to consider that maybe the
Mm-hmm.
neighbor beside you do not want to hear the cursing, the swearing, the just the stressful, negative app language that you're using. It may not be cursing, but it can be so negative until you. And then also you have to remember that sometimes people may be ready to bless you or patronize you, and you can cancel the blessing with your mouth.
Mouth. Yes.
Ooh,
There's
your mouth.
power in the tongue.
Your
Yes.
mouth could say, somebody say, oh, no, 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 I can't refer her to, she sell real estate, but she crazy. She be all on the phone doing, So be careful with your mouth. I do want to say that. But Miss
Yes.
Matthews, I do want to answer her, is using Dserv Protective, Dserv Professional Hair Care Products for healthy. She said, does using the products for healthy hair, do you recommend protective styles, especially for those who do not have time to go to the salon? So what I want to say to that is, because Cecilia was wearing braids as she was traveling, what she could do is put her elixir on. She could still use her shampoos, conditioners, and her apple cider. You can still get your hair together. Now, if you're quick weaving it, then sometimes uh, you may have to, you know, work out a situation um, where we're not talking about glues and stuff like that, because if you're gluing it, you are not even on no healthy hair journey. But if you at least got some braids or sew in with a track, yes, I to answer your question, yes, ma'am, we can work with you with that situation. We can do that. Also, um, she agrees. Building a rapport with the clients, customers is very important. Yes, I think that the client as well as the hairstylist professional both have to have equal amount of communication and also be focused on the journey without the um, a level of uh, too much chaotic stuff going on. Let's focus, because I had a client, and sometimes even salon professionals have to really focus on not diving in into how your mama, how your daddy, how your cat, dog doing. They have to focus in on. I think, and Cecilia, let me know, bag me up. Um, Start touching the hair and
Mm-hmm.
start going into, so what's going on, so how is our hair doing today, and dive in there and come up with what you got going on for that visit. And sometimes prior, before the visit, just dive in. And
Mm-hmm.
also Kenya says drama-free environment, amen, in the name of Jesus. And so, hi, Miss Strong says, I'm glad I've tuned into the show. Started having problems about 3 to 4 years ago. I'm interested in a consultation appointment. You will let's get that done. And I think you might have gone to the website, and I did respond to a comment on there. But if not, let's go to my Angela Hughes page, and it's ANGELAHUGHES. And let's set up a consultation. Give me a great time that I can definitely meet with you, because we give free hair consultations, Cecilia. And I think you already know that, but we give free hair consultations where we're working towards bridging the gap between the salon professional and actually, before you even buy Dserv products, we want to set you up with either with a stylist, or know that we're going to work with you at your home. And we also do virtual appointments where we can, I can look at you and
Mm-hmm.
see what is it and what do you really need in order to get started. And Candace Adams says, "Amen. Please take the phone off speaker. I can't stand it." And that's another thing, that sometimes people come into the salon and they they didn't get attention when they were little, and they need to be heard. Um, and they just got a situation where they want people to hear them, hear them, hear them, hear them, and you're not at the salon for that. We also have Miss Yolanda Jones as well. More business owners and clients need to hear this conversation. Yes. So we're going to, and then Miss Strong says, I will do. Have always had healthy hair. It's been so depressing. Cecilia, let's talk about that. It's been so depressing. I'm not even going to put a question with it. It's been so depressing. I want you to elaborate on that.
Yes, I strongly feel the same way, Miss Strong. I usually have pretty lengthy hair. My hair usually is pretty thick and long. But over the last few years, when you find someone that's consistent with you and you finally get your hair back on track and it's growing like it's supposed to, and you're feeling pretty balanced, then all of a sudden, when you got a lot of stuff going on in your life, and then your one place of sanctity is swept off and under you, and you're having to try to manage it yourself, sometimes we don't invest the time to take care of our hair like it should. And so the first sign of it is we lose moisture. Then our hair start to shed and break. So I I'm with you there. I'm at that point now where I've even been so depressed that I thought, do I go natural? Everybody's saying you should go natural. You shouldn't wear a perm. Perms do this. That I was just to the point where I was like, you know what? I just need to get a pair of clippers, shave my head bald. I don't have to deal with no professionals. I don't have to deal with nobody. So I know that depressed feeling like, where do I turn? What do I do? But I had to come to the realization I got to do what I want done and where I feel comfortable. And so just remember that when you're feeling that depressed feeling, just think about what you want and how you want to feel. And don't let that depression sneak in. That is nothing but an attack by the enemy. You pray about it and you take the time to take a deep breath. Get you some quiet time and re-examine where you want to be and where you're going. Far as your personal appearance, how you want your hair, even the things that's in your life can be some things that'll reflect back on you emotionally when it comes to your appearance and your hair. So just step aside and take that woo-ha moment.
I think that is great because now, do you also feel like people give up?
Yes.
Um, and when depression sets in, um, that's a lot of people will give up in the midst of going through, losing their hair. And we can't, when you stay on the blame game and you can't get on the hair game, the healthy hair game, and just figure out what's going on. Now, if I go to a salon and they never talk about healthy hair issues, I never leave them. My hair falls out. Now they putting a weave in it, and they never talk about coming out of the weave, and there's no plan. Um, I need to really focus and see how can I get my, I've got to get to the point where I've got to trust somebody somewhere, and I've got to let go of the bad boyfriend and get with the good boyfriend. I call myself the good
Hmm.
boyfriend because you might cheat on me, you might leave me, but honey, when you get through with them bad boyfriends, you gonna call me back. You gonna call me
Hmm.
back because I am the one who didn't cheat on you. I'm the one
That's
who
right.
did you right. I'm the one that would while you was asleep, I was up trying to figure it out. I'm the one that was Googling about your situation and mixing some products together. So I'm the good boyfriend. And I understand you might cheat on me because might not be ready, but you're going to come back and I have to stand in the gap and not
Hmm.
wait on you, but be open. Because even when clients leave and come back, sometimes salon professionals act like that was their man and they acted funny. No, they're letting you know that they remembered something
Something.
that you did. Because I got people that left me, but they still refer me.
Hmm.
Okay? They
Hmm.
refer me because they respect what I did. They weren't ready to do it, but they respect what I did and they still refer me. And so
Yes.
we have Darlene Ray says, hello, I am in. And also Annette Waters, she is the owner You Deserve You Deserve Glam. And in Florida, she is a distributor and educator for Dserv professional hair care products. We also have Terrell says, I'll be waiting, the good boyfriend.
Amen.
I'll be waiting. She letting you know that she is the good boyfriend now. So, and I'm gonna tell you, she is the good boyfriend. So I'm not, and I don't, and I think you believe and know that if I can't, if I can't say it if it's not true to my belief. And Miss Matthews says they always come back.
Come back.
Yeah, you gotta come back because the truth gonna send you back.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
so I'm loving these nuggets because I always the reason why you guys I wanted her on this show, Miss Coleman, Miss Cecilia, because I love to hear the voices of uh, everyday woman who deals with these issues because salon professionals, we have got to change. We have got to change our negativities. And then something, I'm going to tell you something about me that I need to change. I'm not real bougie, but I'm funny and I like my environments a certain way. But when I have someone who wants some healthy hair help and they come in a little hood or ghetto, I'll be like, oh, oh. And so I'm like that dog, my client, Michelle Edwards, which I'm about to post, where she says, good afternoon to everybody. She sent me a video of this puppy, and he's coughing, and it was during the COVID, and he's coughing, but his master's coughing, and he's looking at him like, what you doing? What you get? So, but sometimes I do that because it's like I get used to my atmosphere and I don't want changes. And I don't want you to come in and take over that.
Okay.
But God has worked with me because of the fact that He wants me to help all His people and not just some of His people.
Mm-hmm.
Do that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it makes plenty of sense.
And let's talk about prejudice in the salon because prejudice is sometimes thinking that client can't afford it and you're how do you feel like if someone would not saying you experience it but if someone would assume you can't afford something so they don't give you the whole spiel about what they offer because they want to keep you at what they think your budget is and I don't do that but there are some who may say, well, you know, we can't really, you're not on that level, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you feel? Isn't that mistreating our customers? We need to give across the board a good service.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, that is mistreating your customer because you can't assume what a person will or will not do. If you're providing them quality service, you don't know, they may have been saving to just get that quality service because that's what they're starving for. They don't want to be just shifted here and shifted there and just handed the run of the mill everyday stuff that they can do themselves. So you don't look at people as put them in a box. Nobody should be put in a box. Everybody is an individual with their own requirements or what they want.
Mhm.
So you shouldn't prejudge people. A
Mhm.
lot of times, my experience just in my working professional business is that I treat everybody the way I want to be treated. I treat everybody with respect because I don't know that person's circumstances, but when they come before me, I want to greet them with a smile. I want them to know that I respect who they are and I'm going to give them the best service I can give them. If that means I have to go think outside of the box to try to help them with whatever they got going on, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to seek out somebody higher than me or someone that may know more than I know to try to get them that service. So
Mhm.
when a professional, a hair care professional gets someone in there, don't just hold that person stagnant. If you know that you cannot provide them the service they need and you can refer them to someone that will take care of them, do that. Don't hold them up.
Mhm.
They can do that at home,
Mhm.
but they coming to you because they're needing that outlet and they want quality care.
Mhm. Well, that sounds so good because Miss Mathis says, when you give quality service, treat everyone equally. Be no judgmental. Brings being non-judgmental brings faithful customers, and I feel like that is so true too.
Mhm.
Because if you walk through the door, like yesterday when I had the two sisters, um, because the other one was referring that the other one was the one who called me first, and then the other one that was a little dramatic, she was trying to make sure that I wasn't going to, like, I was going to give her the same service. And when she saw that she got the equal service as her sister, and I put a little stank on it too to make sure she had a good experience, she was like, oh my God. So when she left, she said, you get a, I was on a scale of 1 to 10 and she gave me the 11. And that's not to pat me on the back, but I felt like that she deserved that. She told me she was going through a divorce. She told me that she had nerve damage and physical things. And I just pray. And this morning in my meditation, I prayed for her because I could tell that there was some spirits and stuff going on, and that that's a mask that she was wearing.
Yes.
She was being so dramatic. And I said, Lord, just peel that mask off of her because the world still hadn't met that beautiful queen.
Mhm.
The world still hadn't met their queen yet. So I just feel like that sometimes we do our ghetto or bougie or bougie broke or you know or whatever. I love to say that bougie broke because
Broke.
every time when they bougie they broke. But you know, I love to be able to love on them more
Yes.
because of the fact that they've been getting with people not calling them out on their junk. They just making it so used to. Like you got the crazy uncle in the back of the house. Everybody know Uncle Santa crazy. You know, they just say he just crazy. But there are people who are still with the mask and screaming for help. And sometimes in the salon, I become more the therapist. I become
Yes.
more the person that even if I can't even physically give you the therapy, I pray for you because God will give you discernment when to speak and when not to speak. And so,
Mhm.
amen. And
Yes. Yes, Lord.
so this, I'm telling you, the nuggets that everybody is getting uh, from you is just amazing. So, in this, anything that you want to add to this, I do want to know one thing. What's your favorite Dserv product?
I love the oil. I love the elixir oil because it's so convenient. I carry it in my purse, so on my lunch break, I dab my little oil where I need to dab it in. So it is, so I love the oil. It has helped me tremendously. You have got to get your oil, and I thank Adrian for getting me started with my oil. So
Mhm. Yes. You know what? I'm glad to hear that. I know Terrell always say it's so many answers. I don't know what to say. And Michelle Edwards says yes. So and there's so many I love, but I know that this is I just ooh, I could this is my one of this I keep it in my purse, y'all. I mean, I don't know what I think what's gonna happen um from the house to where am I going. But if I feel a little itch, I'd be like, I've been on a Zoom call with my distributors and I'm doing this, so and that's like, woo, it's just so comforting. So you guys, this is the part of our show where we want to ask you, Cecilia, um, you're also, and I want to put this here because while we're talking, we need to make sure that they can see this. So tell us, about your business.
My Mary Kay business, I started my Mary Kay business a little over a year ago, right around when COVID hit is when I started into Mary Kay. I am loving the journey so far. I love our products, and something that has been a real eye awakener for me is because as you can see, I'm probably pretty simple when it comes to makeup and stuff. So I am gradually learning more about how to apply makeup, how to utilize the makeup, and those kind of things. I've always liked skincare, but makeup has been one of those things I've shied away from. So it's bringing me out of that shyness about applying it and using it. So I'm just really loving my business, and you can reach out to me or any of my fellow Mary Kay ladies that sell Mary Kay. We love our business because it gives us an opportunity to help others, encourage others, empower others, and not have to deal with the overhead of trying to run a business from the scratch or build a business from scratch and trying to formulate products and all of those things. And it allows you that avenue of revenue to enhance whatever you got going on. And you can work it on any level. You can work it small, big, or large. It's solely up to you. And you determine what you want to make, how far you want to go. So that's why I love my Mary Kay business.
And they can reach you at marykay.com/CC Coleman 9354. And you all, I'm going to also put up the banner because in case some of you missed it, these are all everywhere you can reach her, as well as her phone number. Everybody don't give you a phone number, so you gotta really write those down. There's some stalkers and crazy people out there, but she's giving you the phone number. And also, we come and to the point in the show where either the host or the guest, where they win a product. Do you know anything that you want to ask the guests for them to win the product? Um,
Let's see.
I I have one question to ask them, but you might have a real juicy one.
My question would be is what did you get out of the conversation that tells you how to be you and to demand what you want?
Okay. And so she's saying, what did you get out of the conversation that tells you to be you and what you want? So put it in the chat. Now she knows the answer. So, because I don't even know the answer, but she know it. And she's gonna tell us, all of us, because we all in this together, y'all, if that is if it's right. And she's gonna let you know real quick. So y'all put in there, what is it? Now I do expect Terrell and Tavia and Candace, um, Kenya, you got Miss Mathis, you got it, So there may be oh well we do have one which is Darlene Ray, who says be pacific and honest. Is that one?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm gonna type hers because you guys uh and so we have Darlene Ray, who is one of our winners. Okay. Uh um Darlene says treat others the way you want to be treated. I know that's one.
Mm-hmm.
I want to speak for you. But Michelle Edwards says self care is important and looks different for everyone. Whoa, quality care is customized.
Yes. That's my main focus.
So Michelle won as well. So we have two winners. And then we have another one. Communication is key to our successful in our healthy hair journey and in our personal lives. Is that one?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay, so
We're
now
good.
we have three winners, which is Michelle Edwards. I have to write this down. Now, Michelle Edwards, now all these women I know. So Michelle is my client and my friend, and Darlene is my client and friend. And we also have Kenya Matthews
Mm-hmm.
as well. And Tavia Hall says, let them know what you want. Was that one?
That was the first part of it. Yes.
Are you
You
calling
know,
her?
she was talking about the first part of the communication, and yes.
So you want me to have her as a winner? Is that what you want?
Yes, take care of Miss Tavia.
I got to take care of Tavia. And we have Michelle as well, and Darlene. All right. And Candace, I am so disappointed in you. She talking about repeat this, please. We got all the messed up, and you out of oil, so you should have won. So Candace, I'm gonna get you. But we have really enjoyed you and ending our show, you guys. And let's congratulate y'all. Know how we do all of the winners. We have Kenya Mathis, owner of Kiki's. We have Tavia Hall. Tavia got a lot going on. She's a salon professional, Mary Kay consultant, and she also has a healthy vitamin regimen and stuff. We have Michelle Edwards. Uh, she is a wonderful vice president. I mean, she's a principal, assistant principal, and my friend just got it going on. Christian woman, Darlene Ray, got it going on, and I'm just so thankful and grateful for her as well, and a big supporter of Dserv. Tavia Hall says Herbalife. That's it, Tavia. Thank you so much. Uh, Herbalife is what Tavia also does. Terrell says, congratulations. Give us, as we are closing out, give us something. Tavia says she's a distributor. She's trying to put out her plug and her stuff. So she deserves it. I don't care. But give us something for a person who, this way I'm going to switch it. As a person who is contemplating, not happy in the salon, give us something to give them the encouragement to leave that shop, or I would say leave the salon and get on the hunt to finding something. What would you encourage them to do just to make that move? Not where to go, but just to make that move. What would you say?
Remember that your self-worth is what you want. Don't settle. Don't take the abuse, and just outweigh the pros and the cons, and realize that sometimes relationships are meant to be left. There's no need in holding on. There's no need of just saying I can hold out, because a lot of times that relationship may not be about you. It may be about somebody else, and it's just time for you to spiritually grow and move on.
I have nothing else to say on that. But I want to also say Happy Mother's Day to you, Miss Coleman, and to
Thank
everyone
you,
out
and happy Mother's Day to each of those out there that are mothers, or
there. Yes.
filling the shoes, or filling in the gaps.
We want to say that. And even if you have lost your mother and everything, what we want to say is that we pray for you, and just celebrate the great memories. Celebrate the time, and light that candle. I love to say that. Light that candle and celebrate, and try to have that person so just so happy about great things you're doing, because the person that you're grieving expected you to win and not
Yes.
to just be miserable. They want you to be happy and win, because if you love them like that, they were good people who wanted you to win. So keep winning, and making that person so proud of you. I'm so glad you all tuned in into my
Can I share one more thing real quick?
Yes, I love it.
When you mentioning grief, I'm part of an organization called Compassionate Friends of Families, and they are an awesome nationally recognized organization that are in many states, places. So if you're dealing with any kind of grief, contact a local chapter, compassionate friends or family. There are different stages of grief for everyone, and they are there to support you and help you get beyond wherever you're at in your grief.
And if you all did not get that, make sure you can go to her Facebook page and message her about that. And Kenya Mathis says, Happy Mother's Day. Great show. Thank you. And thank you all. And thank you for giving us that information. There are some people out there who need that. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. And we will see you next week. And happy Mother's Day. Next week will be a repeat show because I'm a mom. And so I will be, and I got a mama, and we're going to be celebrating as well. So we're going to do a repeat show, and we will see you back in 2 weeks. So God bless you.
God bless.
Talk here, let's talk here. Talk here to me. Talk here to me. Talk here to me. Talk here to me. Let's talk here.